Show on Kids Place Live. And Tori, do you ever feel like you're just throwing money away?
Sometimes I feel like I'm throwing money away when I buy arugula. Every time I buy arugula in the grocery store, I might as well just take that $4 or $5 and just throw it in the trash, because that arugula is never going to be eaten.
Oh, no, why don't you eat arugula? Is like one of the best greens. It's so yummy and kind of has like a little kick to it.
I know, that's what everyone says, and so I always try to force myself to eat it, and I try to put it in a salad or in a wrap or burrito, and I remember that I just don't like arugula.
So you might as well just take that $4 and throw it in the trash.
Yeah, and so that bag of arugula will just sit in my refrigerator for maybe 7 to 9 days, and then it gets all brown and gross, and I end up just throwing it all away.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned refrigerator, because, this family was cleaning out their grandmother's home. And one of the things they cleaned out when they were cleaning at her home was her refrigerator. So they got all of the freezer stuff, they threw it in a bag, and, and they tossed it out. They got all the food out, everything that was rotten. They got rid of it all. They cleaned out her house. And then, a garbage service came and they took the food to a landfill. Well, as soon as they did this, as soon as everything was on its way, and they were like, "Grandma, come in here. Look at this crystal clean refrigerator. Only foods that are in here are safe to eat. Everything's good." She said, "What did you do with everything in the freezer?" And they said, "Well, we took everything that was freezer burned out. We got rid of it." And she said, "Everything?" And they said, "Everything." And she said, "Well, I had a bag in there, or an envelope in there, with $25,000 in cash. $25,000 in cash." And she's like, "So you didn't throw that away, did you?" And her family said, "Uh-oh, Grandma, I think we might have thrown away your money." So they had to call the garbage truck people and say, hey, listen, we had a freezer full of old food. We had to get rid of it. We didn't realize is that there was also $25,000 with all of that freezer food. And somehow they managed to find it before it got really, really lost in the trash.
No way.
And they found it, $25,000, and it only took 10 minutes to find in the end.
Yeah, maybe somebody who hauled that freezer away happened to notice what was in the freezer, and they said, maybe I'll just wait until closing time. I'll dig back into that freezer and take all that money.
Can you imagine, though, just that feeling when you realize, you've thrown away your grandma's life savings, which, by the way, Grandma, why are you keeping all this cash in your freezer?
It won't accumulate any interest in there.
Yeah, that's not good. So, they got it back, though. Everything's good, and good karma for those garbage workers, because they could have let it go. They could have been like, "Nope, it's too hard to find," and then gone back and found it for themselves. But they found it. They gave it all back to her. Everything was good in the end, and Grandma has her life savings back. No word on whether she gave a little finder's fee to the garbage workers who went digging through a landfill garbage trying to find it. So I would love to know if you have a story of losing something that you were hiding. If you hid something, but then you forgot where you hid it when you needed it. I want to hear these stories from kids and from grown-ups. I'm sure some grown-ups have a good story here. So if you hid something and then forgot where you hid it, only to surprise yourself when you found it again, maybe, give us a call now, 1-866-328-2345. It's the Absolutely Mindy Show on Kids Place Live, and the lesson for today is don't keep your money in your refrigerator.